Okay, so in this video we are going to learn how to isolate the value in a completely different way. So again, we are working on our x and our opposite of x, which is star. So we're just going to get right into it. We're going to start with the problem 2x is equal to star plus 6. So to set up this equation again, you're going to need 2 blue pawns on my left side and a star and a 6. So previously we have worked on questions where this, instead of a star, would be another blue pawn, and then to solve this problem we would just take away from both sides and x would equal 6. But since our white pawn is the opposite of our blue pawn, or it's the opposite of x, what we need to do this time is, instead of taking away, we are actually going to add an x. So if I add an x to this side, I know that whatever I do on one side of my equation, I must do to the other. So I have to add an x to this side. So now I have 3x is equal to x plus star plus 6. And I know this is the opposite of what we usually do. Usually we're trying to take away, we're trying to simplify our equation. But in this case, it actually makes it easier to solve if we add an x or a blue piece. Now that I have a blue piece and a white piece together, these two cancel each other out and I can just take them away. So now I have 3 blue pieces, or 3x is equal to 6. So I'm asking myself, what plus what is equal to 6? So I know that x must equal 2. So now I've got to put it back, way back. Put it back, way back. So, also I know that my star must be equal to -2. So, if I have x is equal to, this is 2, 4, and then 6 plus -2 is equal to 4, so 4 is equal to 4, check. So these equations are not all that much different than what we've been doing. The key difference here is adding the opposite to make it work. So adding an x instead of taking away. Let's clear our boards and do another. So I'm going to set up this equation. I'm going to do x plus 2x plus 4 is equal to star. So in this case, I'm going to put x and 2x and a 4 cubed. And on the other side, I am going to put a star. So in this case, I know that I need to isolate the value. That's the goal of any hands-on equation. So this one might be a little tricky because you might think at first what I need to do is add a blue pawn to this side and then add a blue pawn to the other side. But that will leave me with nothing on this side, which isn't going to be really that helpful. So what I actually need to do, I need to think about isolating my values. So getting all my numbers on one side and getting all of my blue pieces and white pieces on the other. So to do that, what I'm going to do, I missed a step, I'm sorry. The first step that I can do is I can combine these like terms. I have x plus 2x, so that can easily become 3x. So now I have 3x plus 4 is equal to star. So what I can do after I've combined my like terms, I can add actually 3 white pieces to this side, because my 4 is already over here. So I'm going to have a hard time moving it over here. I can do that, but I'm not really going to. Then if I've added 3 white pieces to this side, what I need to do is add 3 white pieces to the other side. Whatever I do on one side of my equation, I always have to do on the other. So I'm adding 3 pieces here. Now that I have a blue piece for every white piece on this side, I can cross these off. Then I have 4 is equal to 4 white pieces. So I know that each of these white pieces must obviously equal 1. So star is equal to 1. That means x is equal to -1. So now I've got to put it back, way back, put it back, way back. So if this is -1, I have -1, -2, -3. -3 plus 4 is 1, is equal to 1, check. I apologize. 1 is equal to 1, check. So you can go ahead and get started on lesson 12 for hands-on equations. If you need help, don't hesitate to ask.